And
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's your boys. We got another stack lineup. We've been giving Brad a bunch of crap because he missed like I don't know 8, 10 episodes.
one
So it,
episode.
it, it's debatable.
Hey, he had split
Allegedly,
time to use. He burned it. Like, let's just cut the man some slack.
yep, it's summertime. He's using PTO, vacation time. We'll have to talk to Ed's people in HR. He handles that side of things, and so
It's fine.
we're gonna we're, we're gonna get right into it. It's one watch. Everybody knows the rules. It's not with Brad. It's with Ed. Take it away, Mother South.
Yes, thank you, sir. Hey there, podcast fans. You ready to show off your love for the 1973 podcast? We've got over 20 different designs of t-shirts and hoodies that capture the essence of classic stuff. Whether you're a fan of the show or just love that retro feel, we've got something for everyone. From bold prints to your subtle nods to your favorite personalities, each piece is made with top-notch quality and that timeless style that you create. Perfect for lounging at home, making a statement out and about. And don't wait on our collections flying off the shelf fast, and you can say, don't be cheap, buy a shirt. Visit us now at bonfire.com and grab your favorites before they're gone. Also, check us out at the 1973 Podcast T-shirt store. Check out the link below. All right. So I chose The Dirt. And I just figured because, hey, we're the 1973 podcast, I figured that, hey, why wouldn't this be like a perfect movie for us to watch?
It
I mean,
was your pick, Ed. It's a
oh, it
la
was The
carte.
Dirt.
When it's your pick, it's your pick. Don't backtrack. Go
No,
with it.
no, I picked The Dirt. It was about Mötley Crüe. I thought it was great. I mean, I love the fact that it showed everybody kind of how the Sunset Strip was, how old rock and roll and true rock and roll used to be. I thought the movie was pretty good. I really enjoyed kind of like I forgot about the David Lee Roth getting the mirror smashed on him at the house party. Forgot about that. Just, I just thought it was really good. I enjoyed it. It definitely probably could have been shortened up by about 17 minutes to fit Brad's 90, to fit the 90 minutes, but I thought it was good. Forgot that there was a lot of scantily clad things that happened during the movie. It was quite the 2 minutes in. I was like, oh, geez, I forgot about that. But I thought it flowed nicely. I liked the crew. I think I saw them on their last tour that they had. I think I saw them at the Boston Garden. So it's just great. I enjoyed the movie. It's definitely not something that's going to be like a great score, but I'll rate it as a 6.2.
All right. Phantom, what's your thoughts on the dirt?
All right, the dirt had some dirty parts in it. Covered the dirt. I mean, I guess they hit all the key points, all the famous stories that we've seen. They hit it. Thought the casting was like 50-50. Some were like dead on, others, not so much. I think we always kind of nitpick that a little bit when they remake movies of the people that they actually cast for the parts if they don't look exactly like the people. Or I thought the acting was like big time suspect in this, like borderline terrible. Um, Overall, it gets the bump up for the nostalgia of Mötley Crüe, being a big Mötley Crüe fan. But as far as the movie goes, I'm going like 5.3. Not super duper impressed with it, but it is what it is. A solid watch. I didn't mind rewatching it. A lot of these movies, I don't know if I'm turning into an old grump, but I remember
You are.
liking them a lot. And then when I watch them now, I'm like, oh man, this movie almost kind of stinks. But I'll digress.
Professor, your take.
It was better than I thought it was going to be. I hadn't seen it before, so I watched it this week. If you're a fan of Mötley Crüe, like I think we all are here, it was entertaining. I mean, it'd be. They say I've you're curious. I'm curious how much was actually truth. And now, if you talk to the guys in the band, of course they're going to say, yeah, it was all true because it builds up their lore that they always had anyway. But I didn't know that Jeff Tremaine made it from the guy from Jackass, the guy who created Jackass. Kind of fits his profile of things that he does. I thought the stuff they kind of humanized him a little bit with some of the backstories. A lot of the stuff I didn't know, like when was it Mars there got diagnosed with the ankylosing thing that he has. I usually stick to what I do with like the behind the scenes stories, and there was two that I thought were pretty funny. First one was in the scene where Tommy Lee pukes on the stripper. They hired a real life stripper to play that role, and she went to the director and said she really wanted Machine Gun Kelly to puke on her. So he had to like figure out how he was going to puke. So she wanted to make it look as real as possible. So they did that. The second thing was Nikki Sixx talking about some CEO of a production company thought the movie was too raunchy, so he refused to make it if the first scene of the movie wasn't cut. So that's how they actually ended up on Netflix, because they refused to cut it, and they ended up going around, and Netflix ended up hiring them. My score, I'm going to give it a 6.5. I didn't think it was terrible. It's not going to be. I'm not going to give anything above a 7. I'm going 6.5.
All right, I'll take this one from here. And so I'm conflicted with this. Probably the third time I've watched this movie. I watched it when it came out, obviously. Watched it one other time randomly, and then of course for one watch homework. So I, like everybody else, I Mötley Crüe fan up to a certain point. I find that as the years go on, this band becomes more of a poser band than what they actually initially started out with. It seems like maybe they should have called it quits a while ago for this reason, that the more you see them, the more you call the old version of them suspect. I think Nikki Sixx is like a wannabe Gene Simmons. Like they want to be like big like Kiss, and they inflate a lot of stories, and there's not enough people around to really say, was he really on heroin? What, or was that all just made up? I'm not saying that some of the stories aren't true. I'm just saying that now, as you see Nikki Sixx, does he look like he even plays bass? Can he even play bass? These background vocals should be for Vince Neil, not for Nikki Sixx. You see there's parts where he's not even singing, in concerts that you can hear like the harmony playing, and he's not even mouthing the words. So I don't know. I'm conflicted. I like the movie. I think as time goes on and people don't know who Mötley Crüe are, they're going to get this perception of them. From a movie standpoint, I wish that there were a lot more bands that would do these biopics like this, because I think there's like Motorhead could do a really good one. I'm sure Aerosmith could do a really good one too. But it just seems like as the years go on, Mötley Crüe loses a little bit more with me. I'll probably rate this movie a little higher than you guys. I'm like Ryan. They did hit on all the famous stories, but it always makes you wonder what they did cut out. Would it make the movie better? Is it more just shock and awe? So I'm going probably higher than you guys. I'm going 7.7 on this movie, just for entertainment factor. And I would really like to see more movies like this, not inflated stories, but about these bands that are, they always get their credit after these guys are gone. Like now, everybody's an Ace Frehley fan, but when he was alive, he wasn't this guitar god, but now he is. It's like give these people their due when you still have them, almost like the Hall of Fame type thing. I don't know if it's a money thing and it's easier to do after they're gone or lawyer wise, but yeah, so I'm going 7.7 on the dirt.
Brad, I think one of my gripes, Andy, too, is like when they make movies like this, I want it to be like a true drama, like the way that they produce it.
Yeah,
I don't want people stopping and like breaking the third wall and they're talking to us like this didn't really happen, or like I don't know. It's like they kind of do like, I don't know if they try to be funny with the way they present it.
Yeah,
but if you're gonna make it, I want it to be like not an Academy Award like epic movie, but like I want it done like more true to life.
Do you think that
like The Doors?
Yeah, like I want it to be more of like a serious movie, and whatever. If you want to, you throw all the content and everything into it. I'd rather have it be like that. It's almost like when they remake like the old like TV shows.
Yeah.
That weren't really comedies, but they kind of like always want to throw this little funny twist to it just to make it more entertaining.
Is that before we get to Brad? Is that the difference between Jeff Tremaine doing a movie and Oliver Stone doing a movie?
Yeah. Oh
Very
yeah.
well.
Yeah, I mean it that I thought the not the Mick Mars character was pretty bad. He was breaking the fourth wall a lot too with that stuff. So yeah, I think it could have been done better, but there are a lot of bands that really have a good road story and stuff to show for it. And they just I think the rock bands fall into the category of almost like the wrestling movies, that it's in that we don't take it serious niche. So it kind of like I'll defend it. I think that they're wrong when it comes to that stuff. I think you should, you know, go the route of, hey, we're trying to really do something with this rather than just a quick quick turn over to Netflix. That there is a lot of content for a lot of these bands. Like I'd love to see a nice Van Halen one. I think that'd be pretty cool. But even like the guy that they had playing Dave in the movie didn't even look like him. It's like he's sitting there like he just got off the set of a music video.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I don't know.
especially a part like his where it's not really a speaking role.
Right.
Just get a guy that looks exactly like him.
You're right.
When you got actors that actually have to do some serious acting, it's like you're limited on the look of the guy. You got to kind of get somebody that can act a little bit. But yeah, I hear you.
Bradford. Let's go.
So when I first I saw this when it first came out, and when it dropped in 2019, and well, that was like during COVID or some shit, wasn't it too? So like, they had nothing better to do. Was not big on Motley Crue at all. I always thought they were just like a girly hairband product of their time. So I never gave them a chance. Didn't give a shit about their music or this movie, but I watched it. I was like, I'm like Andy. I was like, hey, these guys kind of rock, man. Like that scene when they're on stage and they're like at like a grunge show or a metal show, and they called them a bunch of sissies, and they like jumped off the stage and beat everybody up. Look, I didn't read the book. I didn't grow up with Motley Crue. I don't know how true this movie is. I don't know what parts were embellished. Don't care. It was a fun movie. It was an awesome movie. Showing Andy. Went out, found this. Dang, Tony Romo's blocking my shot. Went and found this Dr. Feelgood for like $10 back when vinyl could be bought at thrift stores. I thought it was a great movie. It was fun. I like the style of filming. I think the way they did it with Jeff Tremaine kind of fit who Motley Crue was. I couldn't see them like getting like a serious director and doing something like they did with Queen when they did that Bohemian Rhapsody fake documentary. Like that was an excellent film. They'd done very well, but I couldn't see them taking that serious route with who Motley Crue was. It just wouldn't have fit. This Jeff Tremaine and Motley Crue were very with his Jackass background, they're very MTV. I think that was our target audience, and this movie was very MTV. Like I could see this movie playing. Wait, MTV's not even a channel anymore, is it?
No.
So if MTV was still on, this movie I could see being played like late night Saturday with like a TV edit and just on repeat. You know what I'm saying? For that, and I'm surprised we haven't reviewed this one yet. Like I feel like we kind of got to this one kind of late. As far as what this podcast is, and I'm actually going to give the podcast score of a 7.3. That's how much I think it fits. It's a good movie. It fits our thing. So 7.3.
So, Brad, if you're going to pick up any Motley Crue album, I'm going to tell you which one to pick up, and it's probably going to be a surprise. Pick up the first one, Too Fast for Love. That's for me. That's the heaviest one out of all of them.
Man,
I
Kickstart
know
My
the other
Heart
ones have the
pumping.
radio-friendly hits, but that first one's a banger.
Yeah.
Tom, final score on the dirt.
6.6.
Okay. Whoa! Want to throw another 6 in there just to make it official?
Not very Motley Crue.
Yep. Shout at your mother. So, Bradford, one watch homework is.
Oh, IMDb had a 7, so we're a little off.
Oh,
but we're right in there. Homework. You guys are gonna love it. I mentioned earlier, I love those old school TV remakes. It's for free on Prime. I know I've talked about it with Andy, and with the Phantom, we're gonna watch He-Man, the remake. It's already on Prime. It completely bombed in theaters, but go in it with an open mind, in a new perspective, and just watch the movie. Okay? I've already watched it.
Brad, I'm with you. I've already watched it too. So go and watch it because I'm curious what the take is on the pod. Because
There's a lot of cool Easter eggs in it. I'm gonna tell you that. They snuck in a lot of funny shit.
I'm gonna tell you this. Keep a trained eye out for some characters in this. If you're a fan of the old school He-Man figures, there's some deep dive Easter eggs in this movie. So
there's a shit ton of Easter eggs in this movie.
So watch post credits also. That's all I'm going to tell you. So one watch homework for next week is He-Man Masters of the Universe, the new one, not the Dolph Lundgren version, the new one. So let's go. Yeah. Yep. So let's talk some pro wrestling. Brad hasn't been in the queue. We missed the first episode of Dark Side. We talked a little TNA. And so we're gonna skip the 3 episodes that they did for episode. We'll call that episode 1. So we moved on to a match for what would be episode 2 that we're reviewing. Samoa Joe versus the Necro Butcher. Now, here's a thing. Back in the day, when me and the fellers used to go to ECW, there was a lot of tape trading at the time. This was the pre-infancy of the internet. They talked a lot about that. I like the build-up for this episode. I will tell you, I was a Samoa Joe fan going into this episode. And after the fact, love Samoa Joe. Talk about a guy that is probably one of the most underutilized guys over the last 20 years in pro wrestling, Samoa Joe. Tom, did you watch it?
Yes. Yep.
What did you think?
I loved it. I thought it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. You feel bad for the Necro Butcher when you watch talking about his childhood and his dad. You could see how emotional he got. And it's even worse when, like, at the end, it really got me when they were saying the crowd was chanting and he didn't remember it. And that's seemed like that's what he always wanted, was a crowd cheering for him, chanting his name. It was really good. And like you said, Samoa Joe came off looking really good. And it's just one of those crazy things that kind of grew on its own, organically. And I mean, it was a real, I had never known. I didn't know anything about this match. I didn't remember it. I remember Samoa Joe back in Ring of Honor days. Like, I didn't know that CM Punk was the announcer for that show, and I forgot that I didn't realize it was at ECW Arena, which makes it even bigger. Like he said, like Necro Butcher said, that was his Madison Square Garden moment. So I really liked it.
I'm conflicted with the Necro Butcher because I don't like his style of wrestling. Let's put that right out. But he seems like, when he was talking about long-term storytelling and being a wrestling fan growing up, it seems like that there's a place for him in these companies like AEW, like behind the scenes, not for the hardcore stuff, but for the wrestling mind that he has. It seems like there's something there. It just seems like maybe his talent is being wasted in the setting of the deathmatch stuff, and especially where you find out he had the cancer battle, and he's gone on past that. Tony Khan always likes to do these things where he helps people out. They should find a backstage job as like an agent or a producer for him and give him something to kind of, help him out. This is the perfect opportunity for a guy like that seems like has a wrestling mind, just to not with that deathmatch stuff. Thoughts?
Yeah, man. Like, I feel like, first of all, the dude had a tough life, man. Like, holy shit. But class act for Samoa Joe for taking that match in the first place.
Well, he wanted to get laid. He said,
Yeah, he did. He did. But I think at that point in Joe's career, I think easily you could have seen that it would be like a step down or step back. Class act for Joe for doing the documentary, and good job on Dark Side of getting these guys on TV before they died. Because I feel like we always come back to these really cool matches, and it's like after the fact, post mortem. So I'm really glad we got everybody's take on that, like while they're all still alive to talk about it. Not a huge fan of deathmatch wrestling. I know everybody boo me in the comments. I don't care. Never been a big fan. But that I didn't live that era of wrestling either. You know what I'm saying? I grew up watching that WWF, and then I went through a little phase of some watching backyard wrestling when you passed around the DVDs and or the VHS tapes and whatever. Great episode though, man. Yeah, man. I think it was awesome. I think Necro Butcher probably could have gotten more attention from the bigger brands if the dude would have just stepped foot in one gym ever in his whole life. Like he just did not have the build or the physique. He just looked like somebody's hillbilly uncle, but that's his look, so I'm not hating on it, but he did mention not getting in. He had a short stint on one of the major brands, didn't he?
Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor, yeah. So, like, I think he would have had more TV time if the dude would have, you got to hit the gym a little bit. He was just naturally a big dude. Like, go lift some weights, man. Like, be a wrestler. Make it more believable. But he does have a great mind for wrestling, and if he's still in the game, he understands the shit. And WWE be struggling right now. I think they should maybe they should give this dude a call. Stop using AI to write your program and go get somebody who understands the shit. So,
Phantom, Ed, thoughts?
Yeah, jump in there.
I mean, first of all, I never heard about this match ever, and I watched it, and I mean, I thought it was a great match, great storytelling. I love the fact Andy brought up the point of like, long-term storytelling that. And I mean, some of the bumps that he took, man, those were some
brutal
bumps. And I'm telling you, and I just thought it was a good match. It flowed. Everything made sense. It wasn't useless. I mean, the thing that I felt probably the most bad about it is that he went down into the bowels of ECW arena, and he had to sit there and wait, and he had to do it all over again later that night. Like if you do a match like that, like, man, you deserve to get paid and go home and sit in an ice bath for a good 12 hours. You know what I mean? But I thought it was interesting. I mean, I thought that they both Samoa Joe and the Butcher, they both came across just really as good wrestlers in like a good mind for the game. And I think that wrestling could take certainly a playbook from the two of them now, because wrestling nowadays, that's why it's a snooze fest. That's why when normally my partner in crime, Shaggy, and I are on here, and you guys start talking wrestling, we go to sleep because it doesn't have that storytelling that they have like back in those days. Just my thoughts.
Well, before I hop to the Phantom, I always say that the thought of talking about the Dark Side season it's to bring you and Shaggy and maybe even Derek when he's on back into the fray of the subject matter that they're talking, because it's a 45-minute watch without commercials, and then it's documentary style. You're not getting involved in a long-term watch. You're just watching that compartment for the show and to kind of reminisce a little bit. So I did like the quote that Joe had that he let Necro Butcher dictate the style of the match, and as soon as he hit him hard, he goes, "Oh, okay, that now I know now I know how we're gonna go." So I like Joe. You can tell that that nose has seen some shots, and he's legitimately tough. Phantom.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. I kind of feel like their perspectives going into it is what made the documentary so good, because on one side you got him like, oh, this guy's coming for revenge, and on Joe's side he's just like, yeah, I'm just going to have a match. So it was almost like the kayfabe going towards the deathmatch crowd was like, he was like, oh shit, they're sending Joe to come fuck me up, and it wasn't even true, and it was just like kind of like, Joe's just saying that. He's like, I don't feel bad if this is your route. I'll beat the hell out of you until you say we're done, and then we'll just go from there. So he let him call the shots. He let him take all his bumps that he could, and it always kind of reminds me of like the Mick Foley stuff. That was kind of like Mick Foley's thing. Not a super good wrestler. Yeah, I mean, he had his little moves, but what made him famous was the beating that he could take and the selling, and that's what kind of made the matches. So it's. I think that deathmatch wrestling's crap. I mean, if you kind of go back to the original like story, out what kind of really got it going is like they sent those two kids from the school, and him and the other dude just beat the piss out of him. So there's a part of me that doesn't feel bad for the guy either, because he's just a fucking dummy. But perspective wise of how that match ended up going and their thoughts on it, like even following, it was almost like they gained respect for each other, even if they kind of don't respect their styles, I guess you kind of say. But overall, yeah, it was so far so good. Both all 4 episodes have been really good.
Yeah.
To Ryan's point about Necro Butcher's attitude going into the match, I blame that on Ian Rotten.
We got
From what
the
they were
remix
saying,
version.
he was telling him Joe was coming to kick your ass, man. Yeah. So I blame that on Ian Rotten, who even back then he didn't have a very good reputation.
Yeah. He kind of stirred the pot with that too, right? On the internet and those message boards. The
Eddie Kingston part too.
Good. You know what I mean? The message boards actually told the story instead of like giving the ending on the message board. It actually built the kayfabe up, and it actually
yeah.
Sorry, Ryan.
No, I was just gonna say Eddie Kingston had added to it as good. He's just he's one of those guys that, like, you could say wrestling might not be real, but that guy seems like he's real.
Yeah.
He could be the funniest thing going, but his perspective and the way that he talks, the way that he carries himself is always. He's not made out of muscles by any means, just a regular dude. But I think if you were out somewhere and that guy got in your face, you're not going to try to fight him.
Yeah,
That's always been my thing with the wrestling.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I
any of those guys. If you ever saw any of those guys out, if you don't have like a slice of fear to walk up to one of those guys and do something stupid to them because you don't think they're going to kick your ass, then you shouldn't be a pro wrestler.
Right. So you got 2 perspectives of guys walking down the street. So you got Orange Cassidy walking down the street, and are you going to go the other way? Are you going to go the other sidewalk, or are you going to walk right by him like he's just a normal dude? And then you got somebody like Bruiser Brody, I'll take it one step further. Got somebody like Mark Lewin, who's legitimately like tough and looks like a weirdo. You're going on.
You could have one of these little guys that actually could probably beat the piss out of you, but that's the perspective is what you're trying to sell to an audience of what was perceived of looking tough, not what is actually. You can have Darby Allin jump off all the ladders you want and split his wig as many times as he can. I don't know. I just don't want to watch wrestling to watch him. That's not what I'm looking for.
The perspective is always the larger than life persona. That's all it is. Like a little bit of Bill Watts theory, and guy that's gonna not get beat up in public, or you're gonna lose your job.
I think the whole thing about it too is there's a place for those guys, but it can't be the whole roster. Right. Can't be 50% of the roster. If you got 1 or 2 guys, Rey Mysterio, true Hall of Famer for a small guy. So I mean, there is a place for it, but you can't have like your world champion walking around at $150.
Tom, do you have any thoughts on what next week is? Do you know?
I don't know. I didn't pay attention at the end when they show the upcoming thing.
Brad, did you hear what the next week's episode is by any chance?
No, next week is SummerSlam.
Oh, Oh, okay. Yeah, we can. It doesn't come on during SummerSlam, but seeing that you made a nice segue, do you want to take it
Wait,
from
we
there?
don't know what next week's Dark Side is?
No,
Shit.
no.
Let's Google it
Big
real
Boss
quick.
Man.
Oh,
Big Boss Man?
there you go.
Yep.
There you go. Ray Trailer. Let's go.
Gotta watch that
Jim
one.
Cornette's going to be all over that because of the
Oh,
Big
yeah.
Bubba Rogers thing. Ed, that's right up your alley.
Go back to excitement.
He's
I'm
so
a little
stoked.
excited, Ed.
I don't
Brad,
know.
you want to do the SummerSlam preview or what?
Oh man, I'm looking at the match card and I'm like, is it even worth talking about? Like, I'm not.
Probably not if you don't want to lose Ed.
Yeah, I mean, so like, you got Punk and Cody for the undisputed, and then you got Seth and Roman for the heavyweight championship. And the whole irony of it is when The Rock came back and took Cody's shot at Mania, and we've had this whole "we want Cody" thing, and now Cody and Seth both stole a shot from Obafemi. Like he won King of. Why even have the King of the Ring and put Oba in it to win just to have him relinquish his title shot to face Brock Lesnar in a Hell in a Cell? He could have had his title shot, and they could have done the Hell in a Cell thing. They could have scheduled this shit out, and he could have had both. You know what I mean? Like I don't understand the booking, and nothing in the match card is even that interesting. Liv Morgan versus Io Sky, Gunther versus Nick Aldis, which I'm a fan of this match because I've been saying the brands are missing like that heel manager, and Nick Aldis coming out and messing with their matches and messing up Gunther. Like it got good for a couple minutes, you know, in between 30 minutes of commercial breaks. It got good, you know. I don't think this match is going to live up to anything. It's not going to be memorable. Finn versus Sami Zayn. Even the Intercontinental Championship of Penta and Chad Gable. Like, no, I don't think anybody's excited about this. Like, the Intercontinental Championship used to be really prestigious, and it's kind of fell to the wayside. Like, they don't do anything with it. And I love Penta. I don't know if Chad's the guy to like bring that title back up. I really liked when Gunther was the IC champ. Like he made it something. Like you had to earn your shot. He would beat the shit out of you. You'd leave the match, even if you lost. Your chest would be hamburger meat, and it was like, hey, you just earned your stripes. Like now you can move on to the next part of your career. I feel like that's what the IC champion should be. Penta and Chad. I don't think they're the two to bring that title back into prestige. But it's gonna have Dom, Dragon Lee, Ethan Page, Devon Evans, Joe Hendry, and Rusev in it. I don't know. It's a 7-man gauntlet. When you do a 7-man for a title like that, that tells me you don't think very highly of the title. Then there's another bloodline match, an interim WWE Women's Champ. What is an interim championship? Like if you're hurt, drop the title, you move on, you come back healthy, and you get a chance to win it back. It's just another way they're kind of devaluing the women's side of WWE. They don't get any TV time. There's a Bella Fatal Influence 3-ounce. I don't even know what this match is. I don't care.
Right, can I pause you for a minute?
Yeah.
The
Please.
Speaking of the WWE women getting TV time, did Paige get TV time on SmackDown this week?
She did, bro. There was a wardrobe mishap, bro. And I mean, one of them things was flopping, but the cameraman definitely earned his pay that night because they did some creative shuffling with the camera angles to avoid any unnecessary exposures. They didn't even black it out. They just like flipped cameras.
3 ratings they just wasted.
What's that?
3 ratings they just wasted.
Yeah, for real. And they're struggling in that department. And then there's a Trick Williams, Carmelo Hayes, Baron Corbin 3-man thing. I don't know. I'm not excited for SummerSlam. I think the Obafemi and Brock Lesnar match is going to deliver, but outside of that, maybe we get like a big return. Maybe Randy Orton shows up. Maybe Drew McIntyre shows up. Kevin Owens, he's got to be due to come back soon, right? He's been out for a long time.
Well, there was rumors that Bailey was leaving on the interwebs, and she ended up showing.
Yeah, I think she's gone. I think she's gone. I don't know, man. It's Raw is almost unwatchable with all the commercial breaks. They even
Ed will tell you it's unwatchable, Brad.
It's unwatchable. Like they went to commercial for I think it was Joe Hendry's walkout. So you missed the whole song, bro. Like that's the best part of the night. And then it came back and he's in the ring doing the spin. And I'm like, what the hell just happened? You couldn't even give me like a picture in picture so I could clap along to the song. I missed the whole thing.
You can tell TKO owns them because
Bro.
now it's the typical UFC setup of a card. You got your main event, and then you got all the matches that are in the beginning of it. And as you just watch through them, you just hope to get a good fight in there somewhere along the lines. And some people disappoint and others rise to the occasion. So it's almost like you got to kind of go into like you're almost better off not even knowing the card. Just know what the main event is. That's the meat that's on the bone. It's gonna is Cody finally gonna turn heel? What are they gonna do with that bloodline thing? I kind of run with that, and then if whatever I get out of any of those other matches, maybe I'll get surprised.
Bro, they have ads on every turnbuckle has an ad. They sold the turnbuckles, bro. The ring is covered in ads. There's ads all over the wall. There's ads all over the side of the ring. Then if you have all that ad space, why is like 80% of Raw commercial breaks? As soon as the opening credits play, you might get like a quick walkout. It's like commercial break. I'm like, what the hell? The show hasn't even started. Or you might get one opening promo from Punk or Cody, and it's, they're out there talking for 15 minutes, and guess what? Commercial break. And I'm like, this is not, like, if I paid to go to this, I would be pissed. It's commercial breaks.
Brad, you want to add anything to this week's wrestling recap, or you want to flush that toilet?
No, flush it. Flush it.
Speaking of that, it's time for Tom's shitty picks.
Shitty picks. Free Romo.
That's two segues right there.
All right. Tom's shitty picks is brought to you by Elite Hockey. It's all about the game. Whether you're a seasoned pro, a weekend warrior, or lacing up for the very first time, they've got you covered. From top-tier gear and custom equipment to apparel, live event experiences, and full team support, EliteHockey.com is built by hockey players for hockey players. It's not just a brand, it's a community, a place where players of every level can stay sharp, play hard, and live hockey. So if you want to elevate your game, support a company that supports the hockey world, and join a movement that's growing fast, check out EliteHockey.com today and tell them the crew from the 1973 podcast sent you.
All right, Thomas.
All right. Well, this week's my shitty pick. I'm going to go. There was not too many teams that have like a full 7-game schedule. I'm going to go with my pick is going to be Pete Crow Armstrong from the Cubs, having a great year, 290 average, 23 homers. I didn't realize he had 26 stolen bases, and he's on my fantasy team. He's got 7 games. He's got 4 against St. Louis, at St. Louis, 3 against the Yankees, and he's going to miss Cam Schlittler. So I think he's got a set up for a big week. He's a lefty, going to be playing at Yankee Stadium. I think he's going to have that right field porch set up for him. I think he's going to have a big week.
Ed, you got anything for sports this week or what?
I'd love to talk about the Tony Romo situation.
Oh, why would you want to do that?
Well, I mean, it's right behind Brad, but I was going to talk about it even before Brad had it behind him. So
that's my boy. That's my quarterback.
I know. And I find it kind of odd that he gets pulled over leaving a golf event at 6:18 p.m. Don't you find that it's a little suspicious and a little suspect, don't you think?
Oh, they was camping on that golf course, bro. They was waiting. The cops was waiting.
When you're retired, it's 5 o'clock somewhere every day.
How are you going to pull over Tony Romo, though? How are you going to be like, hey,
did Tony Romo say, I'm Tony Romo?
Yeah. No, he'd be like, hey, Gene, how many drinks did you have tonight, Tony? Well, hey, oh, there we go.
Well,
Poor
I find
Tony,
it very
man.
odd that they got him with the OWI, not the DUI.
What's OWI?
Well, the thing is like one carries a little bit heavier weight than the other one does. The OWI only carries a $450 fine.
Speaking from experience, can you define that?
No, I am not speaking from experience on that. Thank you.
Poor
I
Tony. He's
always
like the
thought that was just
nicest
verbiage
guy
for
in the
what state
world.
you're in.
Yeah, it depends on the state. Tony's like the nicest guy in the world, though. How you gonna give Tony a DUI? Give me a break.
Because he was shit faced.
Where's his white privilege? Can he just pull that card and like get out of it?
It's somewhere T.O. crying for him somewhere.
Yeah, that's my quarterback. Yeah, you know the first person he called from jail was Jarrett.
Now you think any blowback at the old networks for this, or business as usual?
I don't know. There'll probably be something. Something. Yeah, I don't know. I'm wondering he's still close to Jerry Jones because I'm sure he called Jerry from prison and was like, "Hey, but hey."
When he got released at 11:05 p.m., I mean, he was only in there for a good 5 hours.
Yeah, it's Tony Romo. He's like, "Hey guys, hey, yeah."
Did they leave him in there long enough just to drive home?
Yeah, I don't know. They probably, yeah. It's Tony Romo, man. You know the dudes was in the jail. They was all taking pictures, getting autographs at the jail cell. Like it's Tony Romo, man. It's like the nicest guy in the world.
Thomas?
Yes.
Got anything to add?
LeBron James.
No.
So what is
About
it?
LeBron
Tony
James.
Romo, I got nothing. I was never a fan of his to begin with. I mean,
What?
You're talking
Sorry,
about
wait.
James.
you're talking about LeBron going to Philly? Is that what you're talking about?
hey, we can.
LeBron James.
They're set up. They've got a good starting five, man. I think the Celtics just set them up pretty well, pretty nicely when they traded him Jaylen Brown, and now getting LeBron, who signed for only what $8 million for 2 years. That's a steal. I mean, I think it's going to be interesting. I don't think the Knicks are going to be as good as they were last year, so I think Philly's got a pretty good shot of making it.
Is that
Jaylen
why?
Brown went from being the second best guy on the team to the third best guy on the team.
Yep. Oh, I don't think at this point, I don't think he cares. I think he just wants to. Jaylen Brown. I'm sorry, I thought you said LeBron.
Oh no.
Jaylen Brown. I think he just wants to beat the Celtics. I think he's going to have a chip on his shoulder.
Now that LeBron's been jumping around even more, does that like cheapen the greatness, or is it just he
think
can
the
write his own ticket?
greatness-
You might as well.
The greatness was already cheapened a little bit, but it's LeBron James. Like the whole like, oh, Michael Jordan's better. Like what? Like LeBron is still the greatest, one of the greatest of all times. Like I'm not going to get into the debate of was Michael better than LeBron or whatever, right?
We've never had
Like,
that debate on here.
No, but I hate those.
That's
Like,
because there's no debate.
yeah, but you can't compare eras of athletes either. Like it's different times, different styles of play.
Come on.
But
You put Michael in today's game, he'll dominate. Come on.
But no, he wouldn't because they would just call foul he would just be shooting a lot of free throws. He would get away with that free throw dunk because they don't call travel either. So you know what I mean? Like he would be dunking from the free throw line every game and getting fouled or fouling other people. But basketball is not what basketball used to be either, man. It's a soft game where people flop and complain a lot to the refs and get what they want. But I don't know, man. I kind of feel like he should have retired with the Lakers. I kind of feel like he should have went back to Cleveland. He should have went to Miami. They still love him in Miami, like Cleveland or Miami. Do a season, retire, go out on top. I hate to see athletes that are generationally talented but can't let it go. And I feel like this stop in Philadelphia is like it's got to be his last stop. There's no way he goes to another team after this. There's no way. There's no way. Like, I just want to see him retire like on top, man. Like not bouncing around shopping for one last go, man. Like it's weird. Like when Tom Brady went to Tampa Bay, it was weird.
Should Bronny be mad at him?
I'm trying to get what?
Should Bronny be mad at him?
I don't know, man.
He's going to end up in the development league now.
He's gonna end up. He's a D league by the time that contract was signed. Bronny was in the D league, bro.
Strong arm your son onto the team, and then a couple of years later, you're like, "Hey, kid, I'm out of here. Good luck with
This
that."
kid's gotta do it on his own, man. He's gotta survive on his own. He can't let dad do all the work for him. But
Just want to go on record and say that we have just now spoken about basketball longer than we ever have.
ever,
The whole time of our whole podcast.
where's Scotty at when you
Scotty,
need him?
I hope you're happy.
So, yeah, we just set a 1973 podcast record for the longest amount of time we've ever talked about basketball or the NBA. Thank
Now,
you,
if you want to make our number one fan, Darren, happy, you got to start talking about WNBA.
Oh, we're
What?
not.
Never. Not happening. Darren, I love you, bro. Not talking about it. I saw
Darren,
the highlights of the WNBA All-Star game, and it was just like miss, rebound, miss, rebound, miss. It was terrible.
You don't even want to talk about Sophie Cunningham at all, Brad?
Hey, her shoe
MVP.
just sold out, by the way.
MVP.
Yeah, her shoe. She has like some new shoe that just sold out.
MVP of the ring card girls at UFC? No.
Nope.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, she did that too.
Okay.
Yeah, she took an L on that one though.
Mhm.
Stay in your circles.
Yep, don't go chasing waterfalls there, Sophie Cunningham. Tom, anything to add to the shitty picks this week?
I want to talk a little bit of baseball for a second. I want to know, especially Ryan, I know he's a Red Sox fan. What do you think of the Connolly Early trade? I'm not a big fan of it.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it either. I think the Nats sold high on Mead. I mean, he had a great first half, but last year it was like a nobody. So it's like kind of you're taking a kid that's like one of the top ERAs in the league, gets pretty close to not 10 Ks a game, but he strikes out as a good share of guys. Just for a guy that had a good first half, I don't know. See how it works out. I mean, they got a lot of good young pitching, but I kind of in the early goings, I'm not a big fan of the move.
It didn't make much sense to me unless he's moving positions because Durbin's finally starting to hit, and
I think Durbin's going to go play second base.
Yeah, as long as they keep him in the lineup, the guy's great defensively, and he's starting to hit now. So it just didn't make any sense. I think they could have, with all the speculation about Early and him being involved in bigger trades, which kind of is moot now because one of the trades that I had heard was him going to Oakland in a package for Shea Langeliers, and now he's out for the season with a torn meniscus. But it didn't make any sense to me.
I thought they were going to go for Abrams when they said that he was going to the Nationals.
Yeah, I did too. Abrams or even Wood. I thought one of the two would come, but I don't know. I'm not a big fan. I don't know if this. I've never been a Breslow fan. He always seems like he thinks he's the smartest guy in every room he's in. But we'll see. Hopefully, he can do something.
So what does everybody think about all the firings that happened at ESPN?
That they did Ryan Clark wrong by doing that while he was on air. That was terrible. How they did that with him. I mean, have some respect and do it when the guy's done with what he was doing, and I just didn't like that at all.
Wait a second. So they told him when he was on air?
They told him during a commercial break. He was doing NFL Live, and during a commercial break, somebody leaked it to him and told him because it had already gone online, I guess. And that's how he found out. And they wanted him to finish the show, and he walked off.
Yeah, he bounced.
Of the show, yeah.
How about Ryan Clark?
Yeah.
Supposedly, it's because they're signing Pat McAfee to a huge new contract, and to the point where he actually commented on his show the other day about it, and basically saying it's a business. But I mean, he's supposedly getting a $60 million contract.
It's a business, and they just partnered with WWE, and probably the money isn't raking in the way they thought it would, and they got a cut where they, I never thought Ryan Clark was that. What do you call it? Like I wouldn't tune into a show if they're like, hey, tonight on ESPN, Ryan Clark is talking for an hour about sports. Oh, we're going to tune into that.
I'm surprised they don't keep him around because he's can be somewhat controversial.
Yeah, they a lot of folks are saying that's what led to the firings because he voiced his opinion on a lot of stuff. But I don't know.
Yeah, but it's right up ESPN's alley, so I'm surprised they didn't keep him. That's
right up their
weird.
alley. Right, have you heard of Stephen A. Smith?
Yeah.
You can't use that excuse and keep Stephen A. Smith on and
Well, he had a little thing on it was during football. They had a whole crew of guys. Pretty much was all ex-athletes, and except for there was one guy that is just like an insider, and Ryan Clark pretty much was like, "You never played, so nobody cares what you got to say."
Yeah, I remember that.
So like one of those kind of deals. So, I mean, I don't know if that killed him, but he fell under a lot of fire. Like
And he
that,
also
somebody that didn't play could just from being a student of the game can't know just as much as you just because you were good at the sport.
Yeah.
he also made a lot of people mad because he came out and said that black kids shouldn't sign with the SEC right now. The way it's being
Yeah.
run, the league's being run.
Yeah, and he
They
went on a
wouldn't have no
podcast.
players.
Yeah, he went on a podcast the other day, boo-hooing and crying and blubbering. And I'm like, dude, you had a successful NFL career, successful career with ESPN. You have your own podcast where you make a couple million a year off of. Like, I'm not tuning in to watch you crying because you got fired from ESPN, bro. Like, you've had a very successful life. Like, give me a break, dude.
It could
Not
get
like
us over the $1 million
poor Tony
hump.
getting DUI'd over here.
Could be our next host.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say we could get over that $1 million hump too if we could sell that space behind Ed.
Yeah, put Ryan Clark on it. Put him on there. Like, give me a break, dude. Free Romo. Give me a break.
Ed, rebuttal.
No, I think it's very interesting. It almost seems like that they're kind of on it. Besides Carl Ravitch, that ESPN is kind of like, hey, we're getting the Super Bowl this year, so we're going to kind of protect the shield here because of we don't want this type of controversy too much, knowing that we have the Super Bowl coming. So
They let people go almost every year though. Like when it's just the thing is the format of what ESPN used to be. You could tune into ESPN for what? Sports, bro. Highlights. I used to tune in every morning or night. You know, that's where I got my football highlight reel, my baseball highlight reel.
We used to watch it on the loop.
Yeah, man. I'd go to the gym, get on the treadmill or whatever, or the bike. They got the TVs up. Now I'm catching up on everything I missed, right? Now you put it on ESPN, it's a bunch of dudes just talking about sports.
Even worse. You go late
that.
night the other night at late night, I turned it on and there's literally a pillow fighting.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell is this?
Bro, these old programs though, they're
Tommy
gonna
Spice Channel?
Yeah, not as my show. They're going the route of MTV though. They come up. MTV came up playing music. They stopped playing music. They turned to a bunch of TV shows. People quit watching. ESPN came up showing sports. They quit showing sports. People are gonna stop watching. That's plain and simple, bro.
Tom, I hope that pillow fighting was ladies.
Unfortunately, not.
Oh,
Bro, what?
Even worse.
They had a ring, like it was a little tiny triangle, like shaped like a burrito, and they had two guys. They had two guys, and they actually had a referee in there with.
What?
Let me emphasize this again. You said the word dudes.
pillow fight.
Oh man.
Oh,
see, ESPN, Ryan Clark, you're mad. That's why you got fired, bro.
There you go.
If you want to get your frustrations out, sign up for some pillow fighting.
Bro, but like, do they know like if they just put a block of like the day's highlights, no matter what sports are in season, put a block of highlights right there where they showed male pillow fighting, they would probably get higher ratings on that. Because people would be like, that late night crew would be like, oh shit, I want to see what happens next on this game because I missed it and I was really interested. You know, you'd watch that through. Come on, man.
I think Ed's billboard space should be pillow fighting.
Yeah, men's pillow fighting.
Yep. Ed.
We'll have to work out.
Free Romo.
You never lost a pillow fight, right?
Do you support men's pillow fighting?
Still undefeated.
Yeah.
And still
pillow fight champion.
Brad, are you ready to move into the world of weird after the pillow fighting?
Yes.
This
the world of weird. The tinfoil's been getting real controversial of late, and I'm gonna have to dismiss myself from it.
What?
Go ahead, Tom.
All right.
He's going to pee.
This week's episode of Brad's Tinfoil Hat is brought to you by RC Custom Cards. Do you collect cards? Do you want something truly unique in your hands? RC Custom Cards turns ordinary cards into extraordinary custom-designed trading cards created just for you. Whether you're celebrating a milestone, honoring a team or friend, or building a one-of-a-kind collection, RC Custom Cards crafts premium personalized cards built to impress. Great quality, great design, and 100% custom. Made for collectors, fans, and anyone who wants something special. Are you ready to elevate your collection? Head to rccustomcards.com and see what you can create. Tell them that you heard it on the 1973 podcast.
All right, Bradford, what do you got this week?
You want me to go?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, oh, that's hilarious. Hey,
the Phantom is officially in the casa.
Hey, can we do a whole Lucha Match episode one week? I have one. Do the other three have one?
I can get one.
The Phantom has to have a lucha mask.
Yeah, we got to do it. All right. Let's go back to the well of the Epstein files, the gift that keeps on giving. So recently, Daniel Syed, who appears in the Epstein files nearly 2,000 times, not as many times as Trump, but still a lot, was days away from being investigated and was found unalived in his home in Paris. He was one of the French modeling scouts who gave, 16-year-old girls to Epstein, much like his partner, what's the dude's name? Jean-Luc Brunel, another French model scout who got girls for Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, who was also found unalived. So that's basically the two of the biggest witnesses or accomplices to what Epstein files were have been found unalived. Jean-Luc actually went to jail and was found in the same manner that Epstein was himself, allegedly. And then on top of that, Virginia Giuffre, I think that's how you say her name. She's the main accuser of Jeffrey Epstein. She's the one that like brought all this out. She was found unalived in her home back in 2025. So the three biggest witness / accomplices to this case are now gone. And it just seems to me like eventually they're just going to keep knocking people off that are in the Epstein files until there's not enough people left to testify, or they'll be too scared to testify. And then Epstein himself is going to pop back out of Israel somewhere, and they're just going to like Mandela affect us and be like, oh no, that never happened. You know what I mean? And I mean, there's already Palm Beach Pete, and he's answering to Jeffrey.
Yes, I saw that.
Videos. And so it's like the clown world that we're living in. Joe, you can drink to that? Or do you just take that through the nose hole, bro?
Through the nose.
What are you doing?
New shirt. Did you just take that through the nose hole, dude? That's a new shirt.
That's a shirt.
New shirt.
So anyway, I can't even. I lost my train of thought, man. He just shotgun through the nose hole. But like, I don't know, man. It's like all the main witnesses, all the main characters. Ghislaine Maxwell's in jail somewhere. Like nobody has even heard of her. Of course, there was that whole video out where she was just walking the streets, and they tried to say it was like a lookalike or AI. They said it was whatever, and that video just disappeared off the interwebs. I haven't seen it forever. It just went away. It's definitely her. And then now with this happening, it's like people are mad at Trump, like not only for not releasing the full unredacted version of the Epstein files, but like by the time we ever get to that, nobody's gonna be left. All the main players are getting knocked off, man. The only guy that's been arrested was what's his name? Prince Charles or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, his brother,
Andrew.
Yeah, the brother. Prince
Andrew.
Andrew.
Andrew, yeah, Prince Andrew. Yeah, he's the only one that's been arrested. I don't know, everyone else, but nothing's happened to him yet. The other people that get arrested and they wake up unalived. So
I think the reason why they scooped him up is he's a nice patsy, because they've kind of been grooming him to be a dirtball for years. So it's
fall guy.
It's like an easy fall guy for people that are casual in the story realm of the details. So
yep.
I don't know, Brad. this story never gets old either. It's just one of those things that isn't it about time for some other major scandal to pop up and kind of replace this one?
Gotta be something.
Tony Romo getting pulled over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tony free Romo.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's like I think this one is so big though. Like the first time it really blew up, people wouldn't let it go. The whole Epstein didn't kill himself thing started trending, and it went from like memes and a hashtag, it became a whole movement. Like people would not let it go. And Trump was literally elected on the premise that he said he would release the files and go after the people that did it. You know what I mean? Um, and I think when he finally steps down in a couple years, the next president, it's going to be on. The people aren't going to let it go. They didn't let it go the first time.
Now, do you lump the Epstein thing kind of in with the Diddy thing? Like, is one kind of one network connected with those two though? Like, because I was going to say the fandom says I always try to change the subject when you bring up a tinfoil hat, but
I don't know. I
Diddy,
think the Diddy thing was more. I don't think Diddy was necessarily abusing underage people. I think he was just abusing people that wanted to be famous. And I was like, hey, you want to get on my label, you got to give up the booty hole. You know what I mean? Like, whereas Epstein he was into something very dark and nefarious where, I mean, we're talking possibly, human sacrifice, ritualistic type stuff was going down. When you look at like the Walt Disney World symbol, it looks very similar to the little building on Epstein's Island, that blue and white striped building. That and one thing that another conspiracy when you go down the rabbit hole is about, well, how are they getting all these children out here to these islands like without sounding the alarm? Well, Disney Cruise Lines goes down through the Bahamas. It's not that far out the realm that a container of children were snuck onto a cruise line and dropped off on a boat and ferried to the island. I mean, these dudes are super wealthy. I'm pretty sure they can make that happen. So they're into something I think much more dark. Whereas Diddy, I think, was just a product of being too famous. You know what I'm saying? So look at this dude right here. Bro, I can't take you serious right now.
Ed, got anything?
No, I'm good right now.
Bro.
Thomas, we always go to you for the voice of reason. What do you think?
I got nothing. I don't want to be unalived.
Yeah, you got to watch what you say, about this topic, man, because we get shadow banned or.
Yeah, that was not our mission statement when we started this podcast. That let's go on record to say that in order to come on the podcast, you didn't have to give up the booty hole.
Yeah, we're not famous enough. One day.
We're not famous at all.
Maybe under a mask we are.
You never know. Maybe in a parallel universe we are.
Millionaires.
There you go.
Thomas, let's start wrapping up this episode with a shout out from yourself.
Buddhist.
Want to give a shout out to the people over at Shields MRI in Dartmouth, Mass. I was there this past week having an MRI angiogram on my neck and my head, but I was talking to the tech before and afterwards, and all we talked about was hockey and the podcast because I had my hat on, and he said he was going to check it out. So if he is, what's up, man? Thanks for taking care of me.
Shout out to Shields MRI. Let's go.
But yeah, maybe we get a possible medical sponsor. Look at that.
Wow, that'd be fantastic.
That would be nice. Free MRI for everybody.
We got billboard space available.
There you go, right behind me. There you go.
Ed, since you're squawking, you take it from there.
Well, Brad, I'm glad that you're back, and I hope you had some saltine crackers and some ginger ale that always brings you back from being seasick. Just for an FYI.
Yeah. After missing 17 episodes.
It keeps growing. Well, he has all that sick time in the bank. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
He's
true.
going to add his prior federal service in there, so he's got all these days off compared to the rest of us. You know.
Yeah.
No, just happy birthday to Bonnie, Andy's mom. Happy birthday. That's all I got.
Wow. Well, 76 trips around the sun for that lady. Just is mean as always, too. Bradford, what do you got this week?
Happy anniversary to the wife. It's been like 12-ish years of marriage, I think.
Gets
You got
better.
the date right though, right?
What's that?
You got the
Gets
date.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happiness cannot be measured with a number of years, fellas. It is innumerable.
Just like yesterday.
Yeah, just like yesterday and the day before.
Nothing changes after you get
Nothing.
married, Brad. Nothing.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Phantom,
Except being miserable for life.
Yes, sir.
you get to close the show.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I want to shout out my boy, Showtime, Patrick Kane, coming back home. I don't know if we're going to make the playoffs, but maybe I can enjoy watching some hockey for not 82, but 84 games this year. Let's go.
There you have it. That's I think that's like 180 episodes in the book, maybe. So fun stuff, good times with the fellas, chirping with the boys, and coming up on 200. Let's go, fellas.